So we're back, you guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we're going to be taking a look at some creepy videos where TikTok gets strange, TikTok gets bizarre, and of course my reactions are going to get real.
After watching this video, you may never use an emoji again, and for good reason. The reason that all of our emojis look the same across all major communication platforms, Android, Samsung, Mac, Microsoft, is because of this company called Unicode. And they have standardized emojis and little icons across the board. Well, previously on their website, one of their members was the Sultan of Oman. And you may be thinking, what the Sam Dam does Oman have to do with Unicode? Well, the Lesser Key of Solomon is a black magic book with 72 different sigils summoning demonic entities. A sigil is a symbol that has a lot of power attached to it, and the crafting of these sigils is considered to be one of the highest magical arts. Do you know how many face core original emojis there were? There was 72, just like there were 72 sigils for summoning demons. Now, the original emojis that came out were very sigilistic, black and white. But we have the rendered version here now, and you see the resemblance is uncanny. And the original rendered and the sigil for summoning demons. And we have this one, this one, this one, another, boom. So basically by using these emojis, you are essentially using a sigil for summoning demonic entities. The question is, what effect does this have on us? And why was it very important to get a uniform emoji across the board for all of us to use? Follow for part 2, comment your thoughts below.
So you mean to tell me this whole time when I'm texting my mom, my family, my friends, and I'm using emojis, basically, you mean to tell me I've been summoning demons this whole entire time? Wow. Unbelievable. I didn't know that either.
Okay,
Yeah.
Y'all, why did I just come across the video of the lady who was working at a truck stop in Mexico? Her job was to inspect semi-trucks that come through. A truck came through. The driver immediately gave something going on. He's sweating, he's nervous, he's shaking. Bitch, immediately she knew something wasn't right. She goes around to the back of the truck to inspect the truck. When she gets to the back of the truck, the door in the back was already halfway open. So all she did was push it up a little more. When she pushed that door up, why did she find hundreds of children's bodies literally stacked on top of each other like cargo shipment? And then what makes it so fucking scary is that a couple days later, why did this same lady who found these children bodies, of course she called the police, but why was she found stuffed inside of a suitcase days later with a note that said, "This is what happens when you see stuff and don't mind your business"? Y'all, why the fuck was it the cartel?
Every single one of these windows that look like this somatic frequency, that's what frequency this building ran at, okay? These are all distributors right here. They distribute the charge into the ether and shoot that frequency into the air. You see these grates right there? Those are giant windows. I'm going to show you how far down these things go. There's grates right here. Look, this is a giant window, right? I brought my tape measure with me today to prove a point. It's a 9.5 foot tall window. These all go down 9.5 feet. That's because that is not the basement right there. That's going to be your level 1 or your level 2. Underneath that's the basement, and that's where the foundation and the original date is. See this right here? This is not a cornerstone. Okay, there's no corner on it. This is a face stone. The cornerstone is going to be another 20 feet in the ground on the left hand side. If you come around to the back side, it's sitting on straight bricks. Right, these are all veneer blocks. This is not the original foundation. They make this look like the foundation because this whole area got flooded, right? It reset the grade to the whole entire city. This giant door used to be a window. They poured them steps up. You can see they added the roof right there. There was a cathode that sat right on that, a cone peak that pulled energy from the ether. You see how this is cracked right here? This isn't supposed to crack, all right? That's because these are veneer blocks. They cut this out right here, cover it up over it, and put a window in, okay? These foundations are not supposed to crack. 1 degree off, the whole thing's going to split. This thing happened like that when they cut that out. This section of the church right here, this whole arch got put in and veneered over. You could see it separating, okay? The masons who built this would have never had their work separate or age. Okay, they laid these things perfectly. You can see a hole in the steps right here. There ain't nothing underneath that, alright? The people who built these and put these steps in did a sloppy job. This is sloppy masonry right here, okay? The original masons who built these structures would have had everything interlocking and nothing would have separated, ever.
I notice we're not seeing Palestine. We're not seeing the California wildfires. No more drones. No more Cat Williams. No more Terrence Howard. They're not talking about Luigi. They're not talking about the guy that they found on the East Coast with 150 pipe bombs. They're not talking about none of this stuff, bro. Dang. They really... Dang.
That's so true. Because I noticed that too.
This app is definitely different. That's crazy. Who else noticed this, bro? I knew it was something different about TikTok, bro. Bro, I want y'all to go in y'all search bar, search the California wildfire. I just posted about the California wildfires. But as soon as that uploaded, I started thinking, I ain't seen no alien content, no conspiracy content, dealing with the devil. They ain't talking about that spaceship that they found in space that was coming. Remember that? Bro, how is this okay? See, I'm about to go back to Red Note, bro.
Himalayan salt or petrified giants? Which is it? Hold on before you swipe on by. This isn't some crazy conspiracy theory post. I just want to show y'all pork ribs in a pink salt mine. It looks very, very, very eerily similar, doesn't it? Now, what does it look like whenever they're inside these salt mines? You know what I'm saying? Like, what does that remind y'all of? I'm going to show you a couple more images, and then we're going to decide if petrified giants are real or not. I should call her. Anyways, now the theories on these giants, or these petrified giants, man, are pretty interesting. You know what I'm saying? It's all alleged. Like this right here. Look at this right here, man. That's freaking awesome, isn't it? So now back to the Himalayan pink salt. That looks exactly like bacon. Is this bacon or Himalayan salt? I mean, look at that, man. It literally looks like layers of skin, like epidermis. I'm just saying, man. I'm not saying it is. I think I might have said that already, right? Fact checkers. And remember, everybody, it's always the questions, never the answers. Always question and think about things, because, I mean, I was eating Himalayan pink salt for a long time until I came across the Dr. Regenerated, actually. Y'all should check his page out, man. This is where a lot of these pictures came from. He was one of the first ones that, I was like, I want to be a creator like that, man. Yeah. I had like 5,000 followers. It's crazy, man. True inspiration, dude. Him and a lot of others, man, who I'll mention in the next video.
Crazy.
Time for the announcement. All right. Now, first of all, again, remember, no such thing as a prediction of the future. But when a lot of energy, a lot of momentum creates a high probability that is unlikely to change, we are allowed to talk about certain things. And what we are talking about now is the next few years. The idea of events that are happening on your planet right now will create the following situation. First of all, in late your year of 2024 and in your year of 2025, the channel himself will begin teaching in more depth the principles of the formula so that it really sticks, because this is crucial to the idea of understanding how reality works and being an equal participant in open contact. We will go on to something a little different. At the end of your year of 2026, we will deliver, when we determine it is appropriate on our schedule, different information based on the change I'm about to tell you. The probability of this is between 90 and 95% at this time, unlikely to change. There may be some waffling, as you say, but nevertheless, this seems to be where you are heading. For one reason or another, I'm not going to tell you the circumstances that are going to create this opportunity. Even some of your more sensitive psychics have begun to pick up on this probability and are starting to announce it. somewhere near the end, middle to end of 2026, middle to beginning to the idea of 2027, somewhere in that, you will experience on your planet a major contact event. 2026, 2027 will be a major contact event happening that everyone on your planet will become aware of. So, be prepared. Allow yourselves to be true to yourselves. Be open, be flowing, and allow yourselves to know that when this major contact event occurs, 26, 27, it will herald in an awakening for many people on your planet, not all, but many people on your planet, to really create a new momentum heading towards a shift in your realities, individually and collectively, that will begin to allow you to move even faster toward the idea of open contact and becoming members of your galactic family. So, be prepared for those years. Allow yourself to move forward. It is very important for you to be yourself now, to allow this to occur in your perception. We thank you at this time for co-creating this experience with us. Our unconditional love to you all, and we will see you again. Good day.
Do you guys think that something like this will really happen? It's a possibility. Like, you never know. I think UFOs could already be here, if you ask me, but that's interesting. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Only time will tell.
These creatures are harvesting us. These creatures are not aliens, Mr. Ike. These creatures are sexually compatible with our women. And what does that tell you? It tells you that they came from here. They are part of us. African tradition says that the Chitauri fatten on the energy that we human beings give them. They make us to fight each other. And when the whole land is drowning in death and fear and terror, when hundreds and hundreds of people are angry and afraid, the Chitauri get fat because they eat that what we call the dark power, which is brought about when human beings destroy the planet on which they live.
Apparently, this is Zulu mythology. These creatures, I hope you're not about to go to sleep, have been around for a very, very long time. There are snake people that apparently originated in the oceans, and they developed very powerful, complex tools when humanity was new upon Earth, and with their technology, they decided to enslave humanity and even celestial beings. They were driven underground and said to hide in the center of the Earth to this very day. And here's a quick video about someone talking about these. And yeah, like I said, I hope you're not about to go to bed.
People are freaking out because this was just spotted on Google Maps in Los Angeles with the words help, traffic, LAPD and federal written in the debris, plus Spanish words terremotos. It's surrounded by shipping containers because it's located next to a shipping yard. People are very concerned that there may be people there that need help. These are the coordinates here.
That's crazy.
This is a direct attack on black people. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I am on this app in my bonnet to come tell you guys that they're not hiding it anymore. They're not, and it's so crazy. Please tell me y'all have seen that movie, They Cloned Tyrone. Do y'all remember when they were eating that shit?
I was just about to say that this whole Popeyes Don Julio collaboration, as soon as I heard about this, They Cloned Tyrone popped up in my head. If you guys haven't seen that movie, go watch it.
The chicken was keeping them in this trance-like state. Yeah, they're literally trying to do this in real life. We have spoken so much on this channel in my main account about how substances are literal spiritual warfare. It is doorways for demons to possess you. Demon possession doesn't always look like The Exorcist, okay? It's little choices, little things, little ways that they get it.
like consistent substance abuse is something that is really, really rampant, especially in the US at this time. There's a reason why the Bible says to be of sound mind and be alert. And we wrestle not against flesh and blood, guys. We wrestle against principalities, against rulers of the darkness, etc. And there's a reason why they call different types of alcohol spirits. Like, they're putting it right in plain sight. They're never gonna hide it. You just have to have eyes to see and ears to hear. I want you to do research on where they strategically place these chain restaurants that not only clog your artery, they clog your spiritual pores as well. Popeyes, KFC, McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, the list goes on. If you go to rich, bougie neighborhoods, it's going to take you a good couple miles before you find a McDonald's, and it's not going to be right by the residential areas. It's going to be on that threshold where the hood can reach it too. These things are placed there to keep us low vibrational, to make sure that we don't get on our right level of consciousness and be on our Zoom. Like, they benefit and they profit off of us being low vibrational, and then they riddle our music with violence, and then they turn around and do stuff like this. Okay, so we're gonna give you chicken, we're gonna give you cheap heart disease, and then we're gonna wrap it with a bow with some Don Julio, so now y'all can eat good for under $10 and also get drunk while you're doing it. Perfect. And you know what's worse? The public is gonna eat this up. I can't believe that it's going over so many people's heads that this collaboration is coming out right as Project 2025 is starting to unfold, right as diversity is starting to be attacked. And you want to know why? Because they want to keep our brains so clouded that we don't push for a change, that we don't know what's happening. Substances are not to be taken lightly, guys. Why do you think so many serial unalivers or just unalivers in general, people that do the most heinous crime, are usually intoxicated? Now, am I saying everyone that gets a 3-piece chicken meal with a side of Don Julio is gonna go do some heinous crimes? No. But what I am saying is this is none of this is coincidental. And all I'm saying is, before you consume, consider the fact that none of this is by chance. Wake up, people.
Facts. Like, a lot of people are going to run to Popeyes to get chicken and some liquor. It's sad, but there's gonna be a long lineup, guarantee.
Something is up with these street cats. Check this out. Yo, look at him. He's not moving. He's not moving, guys. What is up with this cat? He froze. Is he rebooting? Guys, I don't know what's going on here. I need you to let me know. What is up with this cat? Yo, I don't understand. His tail's moving though. What the Yo, he got company now. Look, Oliver and Company. This is ridiculous, guys. Even he knows something's wrong. Look at him. What the? Nah, don't tell me he froze too. Guys, is anybody missing a cat out there? What the? Whoa. What is going on in the Matrix, guys? Cats are just stopping in the middle of the street. Everybody around the cat is like, what's up with this cat? They stopped and they don't understand what's going on. Neither do I, do you? Could that be a CL cat glitching in the Matrix? This video is for entertainment purposes only. I don't know what's going on with that cat, but his friend seemed to pull up and everything seems to be fine now. Check your cats, guys. Check your cats. I told you, CL cats. Remember that video I showed you a long time ago? Shh, shut up. Matter of fact, let me go check on my cat. I gotta go.
Oh yeah, we can definitely talk about the ice wall. If y'all follow my main account, you know we delved into Antarctica and how crazy and deceptive everything we know about that place is. Did y'all know that there is a literal treaty with all of the countries' signature on it, prohibiting self-exploration of some parts of Antarctica? Why would they prohibit that? And out of everything that the whole world can agree on, it's not ending world hunger, no. It's preventing us from going to parts of Antarctica. This treaty, I believe, was signed 2 years after the mysterious unaliving, or should I say, natural unaliving of Richard E. Byrd. Oh yeah, TikToks for entertainment purposes only, none of it's real, it's all fake. Okay, so Richard E. Byrd, this is a real person. For everybody that want to say, oh, he never existed, like he literally has journals out there. Now, where you can find the actual journals, I don't know. There's so many things floating around, I don't buy every single copy. But Richard E. Byrd was one of the top aviators of his time, and he decided he wanted to go ahead and explore the areas around Antarctica and the areas in Antarctica. He said to the public right before he croaked that he went to Antarctica and he found lush green land. And it wasn't ice at all. Y'all know how they call Greenland, but it's actually ice, and they call it Iceland, but it's actually green, that kind of thing. Kind of sounds like that King Kong movie, right? Where he goes into Hollow Earth through the ice. Kind of sounds like Ice Age, right? Like, it's always in plain sight. Let me tell y'all that. On that topic of Antarctica, a lot of people believe that there is a giant ice wall there that protects this lush green land. Now, the validity of that, I'm not sure. But I'm at the point where I don't put it past, I don't put anything past them, because listen, things are always seeming shady. Like, let's not even start talking about NASA. If y'all want me to talk about NASA, the idea of space, how it links to the ocean, Point Nemo, just let me know. I can definitely delve into it on this channel. Yeah, some people say that the Garden of Eden is behind the ice wall. I don't know about that. I haven't did enough research, and honestly, I could never really know. I really could never know about Antarctica either. However, Richard E. Byrd's journals is what gives me sufficient enough evidence to be like, okay, something is not being said. I don't know, y'all. I could talk about this stuff for hours, but anyway, make sure you guys like and follow and comment down below what you think.
Something's definitely behind the ice walls of Antarctica, for sure.
I realize that I have not told you guys about my cats. And I figured this is a good opportunity for cat lovers while we get this algorithm fixed. I adopted 2 cats at the same time, and they were kittens. One of them might come in the screen now. Her name is Juliet, and she is a Russian blue. And the other one is Romeo, and he is Siamese, and they are adorable. And I had not had a kitten for like 20 years, and I've never gotten 2 kittens at once. And let me tell you, they've been a handful. So I figure while we fix this algorithm that we will share about our cats. So I want you to comment, what kind of cats do you have? And share this video, like it, comment, drop your own cat videos.
Who can't pay attention and can't focus, and they are being impacted by the fluorescent bulbs, which are in the school, and then they are diagnosed with ADD and ADHD, which is interesting. Now, what was interesting was when Dr. John Ott put a lead sheet over the fluorescent bulbs, the children could focus again. Isn't it interesting how they banned lead? Remember that whole thing? Gotta get rid of the lead? Well, that lead actually blocks the rays which are messing with the health from the fluorescent bulbs. So if he shielded the bulbs, people could actually focus again and kids could pay attention again. So when you think about a lot of the stuff that we're not paying attention to, light is actually messing with our minds or healing our minds. And he showed that when fluorescent bulbs were exposed to children, they couldn't pay attention. Now think of what LEDs are doing, because LEDs are even worse than fluorescent because of the radio frequencies and their street lights. As somebody just commented below, I can't stand fluorescence and LEDs, it's fake and gives me headaches. Yep, that's exactly what it is. Now what's also interesting is we always talk about smartwatches. This is a muscle test.
That makes a lot of sense.
Do y'all remember when Trump was saying black jobs and that illegal immigrants are taking black jobs, and everyone was like, what's black jobs? Like, what do you mean black jobs? He was referring to the hard labor that the illegal immigrants were doing for pennies on the dollar. And now that he's president and the ICE raids are taking place and they're shipping the illegal immigrants back, and now people are saying, like, well, you know, grocery prices are going to go up, and, you know, who's going to do all the cheap labor now? They're hoping that black people go back, and because previously, before mass immigration took place, black people were doing those things. It was black people doing the cheap labor for pennies on the dollar because they couldn't get employment anywhere else. They were in picking strawberries. They were in the slaughterhouses. They were doing the labor that no one else wanted to do. And now that these DEI initiatives are being rolled back, they're going to be looking towards black people to pick up the slack and pick up the lost labor that the now illegal immigrants won't be able to do. They're going to be looking towards black people for it, the hard labor.
So this is the Egyptian Ankh right here, okay? This isn't a symbol of life. This is an actual tool right here. On the left, this is Nikola Tesla's electric oscillator. If you guys don't know who Nikola Tesla is, he's a scientist and the inventor. I'll get more into him in a different time period. Because 30 years before Nikola Tesla was even born, Sturgeon in 1824 reverse engineered the Ankh. They patented and reverse engineered it. Alright, you can see the coils at the top right there. That's an electrical coil right there with a north pole and a south pole. It's a magnet. Same reason why this lady's holding the Ankh right there with the snake coiling up it, because that's the electrical current or that coil going up the rod right there, and it creates a magnet. Just like this. You see how they magnetized this? They ran the current right through it and allowed it to pick up metal and move things. This is how they pulled iron from the ground, and this is what pushed us into the Iron Age. Right here again, this is another electromagnet right here. This looks like an electromagnetic scale, because that's the same electromagnet scale that weighs your heart versus a feather. The only way your heart's ever going to be lighter than a feather is through its magnetic field. These beings were using that same energy and through their bodies, through touch, through their hands, and running it up these rods, okay? They were the batteries that powered these rods. You see, they got statues with these beings holding them. These are not symbols. These are tools that they were going around, walking around with, using them to control frequencies and allow them to have control over reality.
What is going on over here, y'all? Look at this. Do you see this guy? Hold on. I just had to point out this guy. Look at those antlers, y'all. But yes, this is in Colorado. These elk just invaded these towns and started sitting in front of these houses. What is going on here, y'all? What do they know that we don't know? Y'all see that? They look calm, but what is driving them away from the force? There's so much going on around the world, and one of the things that people are saying that weird noises have been happening all around the planet. But I'm looking at the sky and I see these crazy looking clouds in the sky, but y'all see that? What is this about? I'm in Colorado. Is this a normal thing? Is this normal? Why is he the only one that's standing up, really? That one's got a collar on it. What is going on? Why does that one look like it's got a collar on it? Y'all see that? Am I tripping? That's a collar, right? What is going on? Pay attention to the animals. The animals are more in tune to nature. The animals have been talking to us lately. People just forgot how to communicate. But I believe they're literally trying to send us a message, especially sitting in front of people's homes like that, y'all. I don't think they're the ones to try to invade in people's personal space. But what do you guys think about this? Let us know down in the comments below, y'all. Let's continue to get this shit. Peace in.
So now you're telling me that a council known as the Galactic Federation has been monitoring our planet since the beginning. They apparently were going to make themselves known in 2027, but due to everything that's been going on Earth, they've moved it up to 2025. They are on their third level of presenting themselves. First, starting with the orbs last year, which a lot of people have seen. The second phase, their motherships, their modes of transportation, have been all around the entire world, cloaked. Multiple places that I've seen the videos. Now, once again, this is allegedly, but the third phase is the guy who was sleeping in the egg. The egg that the video that just came out recently, he was resting there, so he's basically their go-to guy. So there is apparently a council of 26, and there are the council of 5, which will be making their human presence known very soon to help us basically get through every bit of craziness that's been happening in our world right now. Now, obviously, anything I say is for entertainment, education, learning, and conversation purposes only, but this is fascinating to me because there has been a lot of things in the news, a lot of things that add up, don't add up. So obviously, take what you will, leave what you won't. I'm not here to encourage you to believe one thing or the other. It resonates here and it feels truthful to me. So yeah, drop it in the comments. Have you heard this? Do you know more? Do you believe it? Do you not believe it? I think it's a fun thing to talk about on this gloomy Tuesday.
and sit.
Please move to the back of the bus. I need that seat now. Please move back. If you can sit there on other buses, suppose you get off and into one of them. If you don't move out of that seat, I'll have you arrested. Get up from there.
In 1955, if you had not moved by this point, you would be arrested.
This is crazy. That's crazy. That's how it was back then, huh?
The government can control the weather. Watch this.
This patent claims to control weather patterns by releasing specific substances into the atmosphere.
This is a real
familiar?
patent.
This ties directly into the age-old chemtrail conspiracy, but this isn't a theory anymore. It's written in black and white. The patent explicitly mentions to controlling hurricanes, creating rain, and even dissipating clouds.
Yep.
Here's where things get crazy. Companies like the military contractor Raytheon have been tied to similar patents. Is this just innocent weather science, or are we messing with forces we don't fully understand?
Let me know what
And
y'all
if the
think.
government or private entities control the
Stay
weather,
weird.
what's stopping them from creating natural disasters on demand?
You can check out the full-length
Exactly.
video on my YouTube channel. It's Weird Time. Thanks for watching.
They've been messing with the weather for years. Like, this is not a new thing. They've been doing this since forever.
Stay weird.
This device has shown me something very different. So we're just looking at the old world right here, just so you guys can see this. Somebody said that's a proper VR headset. Yeah, that's what that is right there. Like when you look at the pyramid and all the buildings surrounding Egypt, it's completely in shambles because when you look at old stereoscope photos of Egypt, you see giants. That's why a lot of the stuff over in Egypt is all completely destroyed. And they were having wars. Right? That's what they told you. They were having wars over, this person was allegedly fighting this person. What they were really doing was blowing up a lot of that stuff so that people couldn't see the old world. For example, when you start to see that everything is just remarkable in the old world, you also begin to understand Egypt too looked a lot like this. And then you start asking questions. For example, if they already have electricity and gas light bulbs and all kinds of technologies that are already here, but stereoscope photos show you something different, and it's truly mind-blowing. The more I would go into this, let me get you another one. And I like color, because color kind of gives you a little bit of different way of seeing something. St. Louis World Fair, check that. Oh yeah, we were just tossing up buildings.
You ever wonder why there's so many homeless people in Los Angeles? Welcome to an episode of Things They Don't Want You to Know in This Universe. There's so many people, homeless people in Los Angeles. And yeah, Skid Row's a thing. But did you know that one of the biggest reptilian facilities is in Los Angeles, underground, right beneath the Hollywood Walk of Fame, around that whole metropolitan area? They disguise themselves as homeless people. And they disguise themselves to live their true form and hide out in the tunnels. So be very wary of who you're interacting with in Los Angeles when it comes to these homeless people, and unless you have the act of discernment, pray over that, do your spell work over that. Unless you have the act of discernment, you could be exchanging money and exchanging food with a reptilian, and now they have some of your stuff. Be very careful. There's many different placements around the United States of America, around the world actually, but we're talking about America. Underground Los Angeles are where you will see, or even above ground Los Angeles, you will see a lot of homeless people that are in disguise. Things they don't want you to know.
Wow, that could be true. So that's it for today's video, you guys. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave some comments, like the video, subscribe to my channel, okay? Subscribe. I will be dropping videos every week if you like this kind of content. So yeah, I'll see you guys in another video.